Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event here tonight.
Andre, the giant.
WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a run!
It's not over.
The world is watching.
The Wrestle Review. What the world is watching.
Hey Tox Pop fans, RK Stud here with you with another edition of Wrestle Review. And it's more than a privilege for me to introduce to you the Ecstasy, Lupe Martinez, this time around. And if you're ready,
Thanks for having me.
And if you're ready, let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with me? It's time for the road to WrestleMania. Royal Rumble, baby.
Yeah, alright. I don't like you.
Why?
Yeah.
Someone's got to be happy.
I guess you have a good point there.
Anyway, let's get ready to rumble. Alright, we just got done watching the Royal Rumble. And this is the first time for us to be actually doing this. But we'll start off with the kickoff match, which was New Age Outlaws or Old Age Outlaws.
Old Age Outlaws.
However you want to describe them.
If you can get that trending on Twitter, that'd be great.
You got against Goldust and Cody Rhodes, the tag team champions. Wasn't very happy with the outcome. And how come the title match was on the pre-show?
Ah. Yeah, it was very kind of like a lackluster match. It's just like, you didn't expect them to, you're like, really? They lost? Like, that's it? It just seemed like what a crappy end to that story that they had going. In my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. I never would have thought that for the outcome with the title change.
Yeah. Especially the Old Age Outlaws. And they were like, old. And just, Road Dogg, you can tell he was old. And I think I mentioned this earlier. Really kind of looks like he's made out of wax now.
He actually is starting to look like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, we got that hairline going back further and further.
Yeah.
So, just the odd thing. Especially if they just do a title switch back on Monday the following night, would be kind of stupid.
That
But
would
we'll
be
see how
kind
it
of
goes. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's all WWE. How are we supposed to know what they've got planned?
I don't think they even know what they got planned.
No, and then the Royal Rumble pay-per-view started up itself. It was first matchup was Bray Wyatt against CM
Huh?
Daniel Bryan.
Like, did you get hit in the head with a chicken or something?
Edit that one out.
Oh, that's not getting it out. That's staying in there.
Okay, that's fine. And they let them go on for quite a while. Very good match. I would even say early match of the year candidate.
I don't know, I won't go about too far with that one, but it was a very good back and forth, kind of really physically a brutal type match, a lot of hard hits on both guys. Surprisingly, because I never seen Bray Wyatt do anything like that, because he always didn't really wrestle too much either. So I was really surprised at him that he could hang so long.
He hangs so well and then so long, and he had some speed to him
Oh, yeah.
for a big guy.
So what did you think of the outcome of the match?
Again, another shocking ending to it. And next we had Brock Lesnar against the Big Show. Two big men. Kind of paced how you thought it would be between two big men. But a lot of violence
Yeah,
in it.
it wasn't even really a match, I would say. It was just Brock Lesnar picking on Big Show. Like, if you saw their match at the Royal Rumble from years back, it was like nothing like that at all.
No, this was totally a repackaged Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman said he was going to conquer. And the sheer brutality of the match was just wow.
Surprising.
That they would let what happened happen.
Yeah, I was actually a little upset because it wasn't really a match at all. It was just, like I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. I like seeing him do stuff. And since he didn't really do nothing, it was almost like easy payday for him, but I kind of want to see more myself.
Well, let's just hope that Big Show's okay.
I don't really care about Big Show. He'll probably be crying in the back. You've seen that very often.
Yeah, he's very a gentle giant.
He's very emotional.
And next we have Randy Orton against John Cena for the 100th time.
Yeah, probably.
For a title.
Yeah, well, it was also the biggest rematch, according to Michael Cole, the biggest rematch in WWE history.
Oh, wait a minute, and this was supposed to be a revenge match for John Cena.
Yes.
He went after his daddy.
Yeah, it was very personal.
It didn't seem personal at all.
I don't know, he seemed like he was doing his usual John Cena shtick, smirking, happy-go-lucky. I think he forgot what the story was.
It could be.
I've seen both of them have better matches against each other. This definitely wasn't one of them. And the crowd, if you haven't seen it and you get a chance to see it, the crowd in that match was really great. So they're the most enjoyable thing about that match.
The crowd, all night. The crowd. I have to really give it up to the crowd.
Not as good as that New York crowd at the WrestleMania last year, but they were close.
And the twist at the end.
No. Made it a little bit more rewarding. Made it worth sitting there for like 15, 20 minutes of a kind of plain, unhistory match.
Yeah, they could have done that, ended it a few minutes earlier. Oh well,
what you expect from Cena, I guess, would be what it was.
Yeah, same old Cena stuff. And last but not least, we have the Royal Rumble itself.
Oh yes, Royal Rumble. Oh, just before, who was your pick?
Before, my pick was CM Punk. And I thought Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan wasn't in the Rumble, which we'll get to in a minute.
I was picking either CM Punk or my new favorites, the Roman Reigns. And I think if he ever goes solo, he should just call himself the Roman, because I think it sounds good. The Roman. Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
All right, that was pretty good.
It was actually pretty good. And Royal Rumble match, they're always really good. I don't think there's ever been a really bad Royal Rumble, except maybe towards the end of this one for this year.
Well, it was maybe bad, but it was somewhat enjoyable to see that turn out the way it did.
Oh yeah. The crowd was definitely into it. And it was just too bad there was no Daniel Bryan, which
very surprising. I mean, imagine if back in the Attitude Era they wouldn't put Stone Cold in the Royal Rumble. I mean, nuts! It just would have been insane.
That crowd really wanted Daniel Bryan there, and when he wasn't there, they just threw it all out.
It was over at that point. The crowd just hated. Well, they didn't hate it, so they hated it. But I guess it won't hurt. The final four was Lamus, Batista, CM Punk, and the Roman. And let's say, who was it? Punk got eliminated first, right?
Yeah.
Punk, and then when Punk got eliminated, and it was just Roman and there were the two guys, they were shitting on that match so bad. They didn't want either Batista or Lamus to do anything. Anything they did got booed. It was kind of awesome. And then once Lamus is out, I mean, the noise they were making for the Roman, as opposed to the booing they were making for Batista, that made it pretty memorable.
Oh yeah. It has to kind of take some notice in the WWE head office.
Well, you would hope so, because that was a very vocal crowd. I mean, and I was telling you this earlier, like Batista coming back isn't the same effect as like The Rock coming back and over time. I mean, it does not have the same crossover appeal, or I don't think it's gonna help buy rates the same way. Another piece isn't a big star, but he's just not on that level. So I think that's another thing the fans are kind of shitting about it.
Well, they gave him a good reaction on Raw. He said he was back for the title, but this one, I guess large bodybuilder types are in the WWE are no longer worth looking at when everyone wants to go for short people that can actually wrestle and are entertaining.
One thing is to answer that exactly, because I mean they were going crazy for Roman, and I just think they just don't appreciate Batista the way they appreciate other guys. He's just not the same. Like I said, like The Rock, he's not the same level. And it's almost like you're stepping on the other wrestlers at this point. Especially when you got someone like Daniel Bryan who's just super over. And again, him not being in that match was, I thought, insane. Like, who came up with that? Who came up with that idea not to put him in that match?
I know it wasn't me because I don't certainly work there.
Ooh, that was. I've never seen a crowd that pissed for that long. Because as soon as number 30 came out and it wasn't him, because I think we're all kind of hoping he's number 30. And now, no.
Oh, he was super over all night. Just about every match there was a Daniel Bryan chant going.
It was just, ooh. I'm surprised it wasn't a riot. I mean, the way it sounded. What were some of your Rumble moments that you liked?
The Rumble moments that I liked? Whoa, well, the ones that we can't actually talk about.
Oh, maybe some of the highlights, maybe like I'll say, Kofi did his usual interesting way back in the match.
That was good.
That was pretty cool. Didn't expect it, and I was surprised he was actually able to do it. So I thought I would have fallen on the face if I would have tried that myself.
And there were some other ways that Kofi was holding on too. That was really. You're like, stand, Kofi! And sure enough, he did until he got eliminated.
So who would you say is the breakout star of the pay-per-view? The Rumble, I guess, not the pay-per-view, but the Rumble.
The Rumble itself? Oh, easily. Joe Roman.
Clearly, yeah.
I can see him having somewhat of a bright future.
I just hope they don't ruin him like they did with Ryback. I mean, I'm not a Ryback fan, but I thought last year when Cena won, the crowd was actually kind of hot for Ryback. You think this is the time to make a star, and they didn't do it then. They didn't do it this time, and again, the people were getting pissed off. I don't think they're gonna like that very much longer.
Yeah, last year people were in the Ryback, and then he didn't win the Rumble, and
I look at him.
Yeah, Roman was my breakout star. Has been since day one since I've seen The Shield.
Rollins, I think, are really good. Ambrose too, but I think he's still limited.
Yeah, let's not talk about Ambrose. I have a bad experience with him.
Yeah, I know. You guys made love or something. But
oh no, he tried to run over me with his car.
And I don't see how you can blame him. You know, we've been friends for years, and every once in a while I think about doing that myself. So I gotta be honest.
And I've seen Seth Rollins too before he went to the WWE. So I know what he's capable of. Another breakout star of the pay-per-view. Obviously, it's Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, the surprise performance. And of course, you can't go wrong with Daniel Bryan being pretty. That's how big a star you are when you're not even in the matches, and you're still having an effect on it. I mean, I think the closest to that would be Stone Cold in his prime. That's the closest I can compare it to. Oh yeah, I think you can tell they got I can see it being a main event at some point. It was just a really good match, very physical, very entertaining, and it's just a shame that I don't know, it's the way they're doing Bryan's kind of getting me upset. I mean, how much more can people take?
I don't know. I'm getting close to being fed up. Final thoughts of the pay-per-view?
I would say it was probably a really good pay-per-view. I would say not the best, obviously, I've seen in the past couple months, but it's the best one since SummerSlam for sure.
No, I just recently saw Survivor Series.
Alright, was it? Was that good?
That was really good, but that one's really good. However, yeah, Royal Rumble blows that away easily.
Let's just wrap this up.
We'll wrap this up. So, see y'all next time.